the practice one we took?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. All right, we are in Inverness. We're in a court within the castle. Enter Banquo, Macbeth's best friend, which is often helpful on a quiz tomorrow on Act 1. He is preceded by Fleance. Fleance is his son, and they have a torch because, it was 1,000 years ago.
This is my torch.
All right, who's my Banquo, who's my Fleance? Got it? Banquo, go.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down, I have not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
I take his later, sir.
Take my sword. There's a husbandry in heaven. The candles are all out. Take thee that too. A heavy summons lies lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain me in the cursed thoughts that nature drinks away into and repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
All right, so enter Macbeth and a servant with a torch, but wait a minute, go back up because I actually have a note there for you, and I hope you're recognizing that. Banquo has been really worried for a little while to the point where he says, a heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. He's so worried about something that it's affecting his sleep right now. You have to remember he was a witness to the prophecies of the witches, and I cannot say it enough before tomorrow. The prophecies of the witches who do work for the devil are that Macbeth will be the Thane of Glamis, check, Thane of Caldor, check, King of Scotland, check, not yet. Okay? And Banquo saw that. And now Banquo is seeing that Macbeth is already 2 out of 3, and now Duncan is at Macbeth's castle. So Banquo's not saying what's on his mind, but I think we all know what he's worried about. Like, I think my best friend might be a bad guy. Okay? All right, McBee, let's do it.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I'm looking to see.
A friend.
What, sir, not yet at rest? The king said that hath been an unusual pleasure, and set forth great likeness to your offices. This diamond he greets your wife with. By the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
Okay, do you remember when I told you that if my husband told me right now that he was having a bunch of friends over to my house tonight for dinner, I'd be really upset?
Yep.
Not if one of them bought me a big old diamond. That is quite the hostess gift. It just happened. You got to pay attention. I don't know what you're doing, but we just read it, and you just asked, did that happen? Duncan brought her a diamond as a hostess gift. Normally, people bring a bottle of wine, flowers, a candle, chocolate. I'll take a diamond. For you coming to my place last minute, I'll take a diamond. Nice hostess gift. Alrighty, but see, that's not on the quiz tomorrow because that's Act 2. All right, McBee, let's go.
Bring unprepared. Our will became the servant who defends. Which else should free have wrought?
All's well. I dreamed last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have showed sympathy.
I think not of them. Yet when we entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
Okay. Banquo actually just told you what he's been thinking about because you're his best friend. Yeah, and he's like, well, what's up? And Banquo said, all's well. I dreamt last night. Remember, he just told Fleance, his son, I'm not sleeping well. I'm really worried about something. He just told you what he dreamt about that kept him awake. He dreamt about those 3 weird sisters.
And he lies to me.
Right? That's what he's worried about, the prophecies they gave to you. And you lie to him again, but now you're lying to his face. Before, you were lying behind his back. Do you remember the aside? You need to know that for tomorrow. An aside is a whisper to the audience, and that's when you were lying. But you just told him, oh, I don't think about the witches. Which who? Which witch? Huh? You're like, you lying. All right, Banky.
So I lose not in seeking to augment it, but still keep my bosom franchise and allegiance clear. I shall be counseled.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. I'll wait to see you.
All right, then Banquo and his son, Fleance, leave for a little bit, and you are going to talk to your servant, and then we are going to have the world's weirdest soliloquy ever. Go ahead.
Go bid thy mistress, when my drink is ready, she shall strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed.
Okay, so remember, a soliloquy, once you see the stage directions, which are inside of brackets, stage directions are inside of brackets. The soliloquy is you alone on stage, and we can always trust what the actor is saying. Yeah, you're speaking out your thoughts to them. But I gotta tell you, this one's weird. It's really weird, because right beside the word soliloquy, I have hallucinate or hallucinations. I can't quite see. Hallucinates. And hallucinates is when you think you see something, but it's not there. It's not there. So you're going to think right now that you're seeing a floating dagger in front of your face. So let's do it.
Is this the dagger which I see before me, the handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision sensible, to feeling as to sight, or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? I see thee yet informed as palpable. As this which now I draw, thou marshals me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use.
Okay, so now you're using a really old-fashioned Shakespeare verb there, and you see how long the soliloquy is? So I tend to stop everyone and kind of let you catch your breath and explain what's going on. Do y'all get that Macbeth is alone on stage? He thinks he sees a dagger floating in front of him. He says, I'm reaching out for you, but I can't clutch you. I can't grab you, but I still see you there. So he's trying to grab this dagger that's floating in front of him. The dagger, I know, is floating through the castle and taking him to the right place, because you just used the word marshalst. Thou, meaning old-fashioned you, marshalst me the way that I was going. Well, I was going to kill King Duncan, and you're taking me there. Yeah, and I'm still trying to grab you, but I can't get you. So this dagger, which is not real, is showing you the way to go. To not kill, because that's what you did yesterday, or in the play, not yesterday, but in the play. That's what you did to the Norwegians. That, all's fair in love and war, right? You killed some Norwegians in a battle. That's what a soldier does. But now, this is murder. You about to kill your king, who happens to be your cousin, and someone you like a lot, just because you want his crown.
Exactly.
Okay? So,
And to make your life be happy.
now, get your breath and let's go.
Mine eyes are made the fools, oh, the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade a dungeon gouts of blood, which was not so before.
Oh, now the dagger is changing in front of your eyes. Now, on the blade, yeah, and the hilt really where you hold it, there's grossness. It says gouts of blood. So I kind of want some blood and maybe some tissue, yeah, on it. Not like I'm going to blow my nose in some tissue, but like some meat on it, you know what I'm saying? So now the dagger is like changing in front of you. All right, let's do it.
There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine
Is there a
eyes.
sign word?
Now or the one half word. Nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse thy curtains sleep. Now witchcraft celebrates pale Hecte's offering and withered murder.
Alarmed, it's how we used to spell alarmed.
Alarmed by this sentinel the wolf, whose howl his watched thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides toward his design. Moves like a ghost, thou sure and firm set earth. Hear not my steps, which way they walk for fear. Thy very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time, which now suits within. Whiles I threat he lives, words to the heat of deeds to cold breath gives.
Okay, then that's when that's when I really have to make sure you understand that sometimes you got to pay attention to the stage directions, because already you're kind of going crazy if you're following around a dagger that's not there, that's floating around. Like, you're starting to lose your mind right now. And this is a play about a couple of people who go crazy, go insane. But be careful of things that either Macbeth is going to tell us he hears. Make sure it's always in stage directions, because right now you're going to actually hear a bell. Do you see in the brackets right there the stage directions where it literally tells you that Shakespeare's saying a bell rings? Okay? Then in a few pages you're going to hear a knocking. Make sure it's in the stage directions. Otherwise it could be Macbeth or Lady Macbeth going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah? Now, here's what he's about to liken this bell to. Typically, if you hear a bell, you think it's time to leave, right? Well, there's another way of hearing a bell, and his mind is already there. It's like a bell that you would ring when someone dies. Yeah? You actually call it a death knell, and you're going to be reading that word. It's Knell. It's a bell rung, or on the steeple, yeah, when the bells ring for a death. All right. Read that last part, we'll go to scene 2.
I go and it is done, the bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
Okay, but I think we all know that everyone said that Duncan's a really good guy, so if he is killed, he is going to go to heaven. All right, scene 2, we're in the same place. We're at the court at Macbeth's castle. Enter Lady Macbeth. Duncan is not dead yet.
They would have said kill Duncan. Okay. That which hath made me drunk, hath made me bold. What hath quenched, then hath given me fire? Hark, peace. It was the owl that shrieked, a fatal bellman, which gives the stirs good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surf-faded grooms do not their charge with snores. I have drugged their closets. What death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Okay, so first of all, you get a really bad omen, which back in that time, and actually part of South Carolina culture, it's still a bad omen, the hooting of an owl. Yeah? Nowadays in modern literature and movies that you might see, it tends to be like a murder of crows, a whole bunch of crows that you see, and then like the scary parts of the movie are coming. It's not, hey Hampton, stop. It's not called a flock of crows, it's called a murder. Yeah? So that's another harbinger and omen of hell. But back in the day, and oddly in our part of the world with the Gullah culture and the Low Country, the hooting of the owl tends to mean danger is coming or someone's going to die. All right? And that's what Lady Macbeth just heard. She heard it and she's like, cool, the owl just hooted on time. Time to start killing. Because she also says that she has done her job, which was she has surfeited the grooms. She keeps calling them grooms. These are the guards that were standing outside of Duncan's room. She got them drunk. Yeah? And now she says they're snoring. All right, Macbeth, it says you're within, so that means you're in another room and you're just calling out to her.
Who's there? What ho?
Ho, back in Shakespeare's day, means hurry. It doesn't mean who's there. What? It doesn't mean that. It means hurry. What? Hurry. That's what it means. But you can read it however you want.
Alas, I'm afraid they are awake, and 'tis not done.
attempt to not be confounded as hard. I laid the daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done. My husband.
Hold on. She almost killed Duncan, and she tells us right there why she didn't kill him. You're kind of afraid that your husband doesn't know how to follow directions well. You have no faith that he has sense. So,
He's a good father.
you're like, I laid out the daggers. I told him what to do. Grooms are drunk. Everything's ready. Oh my God, I'll just do it. So you go get the daggers. You go into Duncan's room. You're about to go choppy chop, choppy chop. You look at Duncan and you said, had he not resembled my father as he slept, I'd have done it. While Duncan was sleeping, he looked just like your dad. You couldn't kill him. All right, McB, re-enter you. And oh, it's just kind of over like that. Mm-hmm.
I have done the deed. This shall not hear a noise.
And he's dead. With just the simple sentence of, I have done the deed. Okay?
Wait, but Duncan's still right there.
He's gone. All right, Lady M. He did what you told him. But wait. He did what you told him, but Hampton, only kinda, because you're about to get him. Go for it.
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended.
Yeah, probably talking about stairs, right?
I.
Aye.
Hark, who lies the second chamber?
That would be the second bedroom. Who did we put in the second bedroom?
Donald Bain.
Oh, that would be, that would be Duncan's son, but not the son that's supposed to be king according to Duncan. According to Duncan, his older son is going to be king.
Malcolm.
Right, Malcolm, not Donald Bain. Donald Bain's just a little brother. Let me get to the next
Go, Miss
page. Sorry, Macbeth. There you go.
This is a sorry sight.
So what's a sorry sight? You're looking at your hands. What do you think are all over your hands?
Blood.
Absolutely. Someone forgot to clean up.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh and sleep, and one cried murder. That they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did not say their prayers.
Oh, they did, because this is a problem.
Oh, they did say their prayers, and addressed them again to sleep.
Hold on. He heard those two grooms wake up, oddly, even though you got them drunk and kind of poisoned them a little bit, not to death, but kind of made them groggy. Yeah. One of them kind of woke up and yelled murder, and then they started saying their prayers. It's like it's important that they were saying their prayers because this is about to get weird. Okay. Macbeth, Lady Macbeth.
There are two lodged together.
And here's where it gets weird.
One cried, God bless us, and amen, the other. As they had seen me with these hangman's hands, listening in fear, I could not say amen when they say God bless us.
Bless you.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could not I pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing and amen stuck in my throat.
All right, wait. Why can't he say amen? Why can't he say God? Why can't he say anything? Huh?
He did the devil's work.
He did the devil's work. He's in a pact with the devil now.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah?
too late to go back.
So people then would never have thought, oh, God's punishing you. God's not going to let you say God. God's not going to let you say amen. No, because he's a very forgiving God. You just went into a pact with the devil when you went with those three weird sisters or the three witches, whatever we want to call them. And now, sorry, the devil's got a hold of you. So every time he tries to say something heavenly, if we could say it like that, he can't now. He can't. He has made a pact with the devil. Now, you just told him to consider it not so deeply, but let's see how you go on with this, Lady Macbeth. I don't know why this won't work. It's you, I think, with these deeds, maybe? Lady Macbeth, these deeds? It's fine.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Please remember this is British use of the term mad. It doesn't mean angry like it does in America. It means mad, hat, or crazy.
I remember that.
And that is kind of what this story is about people going crazy after making a pact with the devil. All right, McBee.
I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep that makes up raveled sleep of care. The death of each day's life, sore lavels back. Balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nurture in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more. Through all the house, Glamis had murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Hey, before I turn the page, remember Banquo was having a problem sleeping because he told his best friend Macbeth he had a dream last night of the Weird Sisters. Now you're really worried that you're going to be under so much stress about what you've just done that you'll never sleep again. Yeah, and they do say after a few nights of no sleep, you start becoming psychotic. Lady Macbeth.
What does that mean?
Crazy. Mad.
Who was it?
Mad. We want to say mad. Okay, sorry.
Yes, I want to. Who was it that thus cried? Why were these saying? Do you unbend your noble strength to think so basically of things? Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go carry them and smear the green grooms with blood.
Okay, of course he didn't follow your directions.
Oh my goodness!
Kill the king. Put daggers beside the grooms or guards, whatever we want to call them. Smear them with blood. Get out here. Oh, but no, you got to bring the daggers with you. Blood, that filthy witness, is still all over your hands. Boy, can't you do anything right. Now you go back in there and you set up the crime scene exactly how I told you. Get that filthy witness off your hand with a little bit of water, and let's go to bed. Yes, sir. Absolutely. All right, Macbeth.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I have done. Look again, I dare not.
And then this general who just slaughtered so many Norwegians in fabulous ways on a battlefield, he's like, I can't go, I'm scared.
Oh,
You were calling him a coward just yesterday. Maybe you know something we don't know.
confirm the purpose. Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead, are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears the pain and devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms with thou whistle, for it must seem their guilt.
Yeah, because we're going to set up these two grooms. We're setting them up. It must seem that they're guilty. Just give me the daggers. I'll do it.
I'll do it. You can't do anything right.
Now, notice how it says she exits because she's going to go fix up the crime scene for us. And there actually is a knocking within. All right, McBee, but you're not quite sure it's because you've just seen a floating dagger, dude. You don't know what you're seeing or hearing now.
Whence is that knocking? How is with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Ha, they pluck out my eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No, this is my hand. This my hand will rather the multitudinous seas
Incarnadine.
making the green on red.
We have a whole big thing going on for a little bit of the play about trying to get bloodstains out, kind of like Laundry Day or something, you know? And you're like, I don't know that there's enough water in the world to clean the blood off these hands. And then, oh, wait till Lady Macbeth tries to get some blood out of
Oh,
something.
I know what she's
Okay, oh, yeah, no, that's exactly what she says.
Oh, I got some white sheets right here with
Mm-hmm.
some blood on
Oh,
them.
well, you're going to try to clean some sheets later, and it's a great speech. All right, Lady Macbeth, but not right now.
No, my hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear knocking. Without entry, retire we to our chamber. A little water clears up of this deed. How easy it is then, your constancy hath have you unattended. Hark more, knocking. Hark more, knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us to show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
Yeah, so listen, don't just be standing around here covered with blood, dude. Go clean up, put on your pajamas, and let's pretend like, oh my gosh, we're so surprised. Who would ever kill Duncan? So let's do that. Okay, can you please just be a watcher? Yeah, so let's all pretend, wow, we are Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, and we just discovered that Duncan's dead. Oh, how about this? Oh, my goodness. What? No, can't be. So she's probably going to work through some scenes of, okay, now, they come into the room, they tell us Duncan's dead. Show me your surprised face. Horrible. Try it again. You know, I mean, it's Lady Macbeth. Of course she's going to tell him the first 5 times
gotta
are
be
horrible.
perfect.
Exactly. All right, Macbeth, I got to go
right for
to
once.
the next page, top of 28 for you, because you'll end this scene for us.
To know my deed, 'twere best not know myself. Wake Duncan with thy knocking, it would thou couldst.
Now you're remorseful. You're regretting killing him. You wish that all that knocking in the middle of the night at your door would actually wake up Duncan. You wish you hadn't have done it, but too little, too late.
Too late.
Do you want to be Porter? I'm afraid that we're gonna get.
I want to be Porter.
I thought, who asked though? Did you ask? Okay. Now a porter. Listen, if you own a castle, you can afford some help. So a porter's going to be the person who, kind of like a butler, gets the door, but also maybe gets luggage out and carries things in. You know,
like
kind of a
servant.
jack of
We've
all
got a
trades.
cursing
Now, there's
over here.
literally knocking. No one is
Hallucinating.
yeah, no one's hallucinating. Yeah, probably. I mean, not probably. Part of the problem with the knocking is if we have opened up Hell's Gate, which you're going to be talking about here, like a portal to hell, then there might be a knocking at a gate. Yeah, and I think that with the owl, the murder, I think that is what Macbeth is worried about. Because already if you have 3 witches, then the devil's got to be around. So there must be a portal open somewhere, and that's what he's worried about, a Hell's Gate. So I'll let you go at it.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of Hellgate, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? I, the name of, how do you say that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, don't say it too much. Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty, come in time have nothing. Now about you, here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith, here's an, how do you say that?
Equivocator.
Equivocator.
Someone who'd make it all equal.
That could swear in both the scales against either. Scale who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven.
So supposedly when you die, if you're in some place called, purgatory, or when you first die even, like they'll weigh the goodness of you, the virtues of you, and all the sins that you've committed. And with those scales, if there's more sin, you go on down to hell. Now, Beelzebub that you have there, not necessarily the name of the devil, but one of them. So you have to harken back to the story of how Lucifer, God's favorite archangel, how Lucifer betrayed God, because basically Lucifer didn't like us. And he, being God's favorite for so long, when God created humans, Lucifer gets jealous. And he doesn't like us at all, because God, he thinks, has given us more attention than Lucifer. It's kind of like having another kid in the family, you know what I mean? So, exactly. So, story goes on and on and on. Lucifer kind of goes after us, and then Lucifer's kicked out of heaven so hardcore that he falls through the earth, and that becomes hell. But his minions, the other archangels who were backing Lucifer and also didn't like us, they all have names kind of like that. Kind of like another thing that you might have seen where if you say his name 3 times, he can get out of that little
Beetlejuice?
Yes, but that's why I was like, don't. So, yeah, for real. He is also one of the minions, by the way. So,
Is he a minion?
a minion, it's not Disney, Pixar, weird
No, I
little
know
yellow
what you're talking
creatures. Minions are actually little devils. There's more than one. Lucifer is just in charge, and some people call him the devil, and some people call him Satan, but he has people that were archangels that work for him down there because they were also kicked out of heaven. So there's supposed to be about 7 layers of hell, depending on what you did in your life to be there, and you've got different people in charge with some crazy, angelic, scary names that you would not want to say 3 times. So going to that movie about Beetlejuice, they got that right. Okay, I'm having a problem with the Wi-Fi doing my pages, so you keep going, and the word is equivocator.
Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Faith, Spears, and English Taylor come. Hither for stealing out of a French hose.
Alright, it's time for carpool.
All right,
Everybody
we tried.
packed up and ready to go.
I'm really having a hard time scrolling. All right, cool. Thank y'all.